From clear skies to an airship armada hovering overhead, ready to rain down lasers on a terrified populace. Not exactly the forecast I had in mind. And that's exactly why this bird brain and his air fleet have to go right now. I love the way the announcer says the Maverick's name here. You gotta try it once. What you don't want to try is letting these cruise ships hang around too long, because those missiles they just fired out of their back, they will home in on you for a few seconds unless you take them down with X's Buster or Zero's Saber in this case. Thankfully, this stage provides us with an equalizer for Part 1 in the Eagle Ride Armor. If you jump up and press the jump button again, you will get a hover that will just last forever, although every time you get hit, you will be knocked down a little bit. So do be mindful of that, but yeah, this thing is really powerful and durable. It's kind of weird to give it to us in a stage like this, pretty straightforward, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Makes this section a breeze. It'll go by pretty quickly. Oh, and be very quick to get that heart tank before the laser destroys the platform it's on. Yeah. Now then, you get some more laser cannons after that, but again, we can just hover right over them if we want, or use the triple shot to down them in one strike. Sometimes, though, these orbs home in on things that they shouldn't, like, you know, a defeated enemy. Not the end of the world, though. Again, just hover in place. You can do that. It's not going to be going down anytime soon, and you shouldn't be either, because this section is honestly quite simple with it. Oh, and here you get to see the front cannon of the cruise ship. Not really effective there. Raijin Geki can actually stun them, by the way, if you want to use that, and not the ride armor. Just saying. Part 2 sees its touchdown on the main battleship. It's a relatively short section, but there is one enemy type we'll see from here until we reach the boss, and it's these beam cannons. If you don't take them down quickly, these little guys, well, they're gonna live up to their name and send a laser beam right to your face. Don't let that happen. Kinda hurts. Thankfully, we've got enough techniques to get around them pretty easily. And because we also have Kuinbu, we can get around these spikes right there pretty simply too. Right after that, we get ourselves a mini-boss, and while it is more resistant to the Z-Saber than usual, it's not very resistant to our techniques. Yeah, Ryunjin just absolutely tears this thing into pieces in no time. Case in point. And with that, we've already made it to the boss. This is a stage that just, well, you know what, pun intended here, flies right by. Let's go take this foul fiend down. No, you're not justified in occupying and attacking a city. What a high and mighty jerk this guy is. Anyway, when Storm Owl's flapping around, he's going to try and grab you with his talons if you're underneath him. If he catches you, he's going to lift you up and drive you right into the ground. While going up and over him like so instead, he's supposed to stop and shoot a sphere of wind at you. He'll do it later on in the fight, but not that time, and that's just fine by me. Those finger guns that we saw, you can actually attack those things if you want with Zero's Beam Saber. You can't attack these spheres of wind, though. When they come out in 4, they're going to target your position, so find a safe spot and get out of harm's way quick. Ah, there's that wind sphere, and he's going to do the finger gun in just a second here. Again, you want to be on the same side of the screen as him, because that's the easiest place to not even have to deal with it. Late in the fight, he's going to create a trio of tornadoes that will rise right up. Don't be so hasty in trying to retreat where the tornadoes are disappearing. You won't like the result. You'll see what I mean after this fight's over. That was a very close call, but I'm glad we got around it. In any case, we're going to see if he does his ultimate desperation move. Nope, and we are not going to let him stick around any longer. Bye-bye, birdie. Well, all that's well and good, getting through another stage without much of a problem at all. There are a couple takes I want to go back to show off a couple of moves that we didn't get to see, or be able to evade. And one that we should have. First up, what would have been our actual victory run. You can easily take care of those Talon guns just fine. But it's when he goes to his desperation attack, one that I waited 90 seconds for and didn't realize it until looking at the footage. He'll create 4 lines of cyclones that come out and start rotating around. He can either keep going in one direction with them or reverse direction like so. Pretty easy to dodge. The tornadoes are pretty easy to dodge too, except, watch what happens here. Yeah, that was a half second to a whole second afterwards and we still got hit by it. That's not fair. Tenkuuha. This one has 2 different translations. One's from the wiki and it's Aether Rule. Okay. The other is from Google Translate and stands for Sky Conqueror. We're gonna meet it halfway and call it Sky Ruler. Any small shots you see from the enemies? Well, now Zero's saber can cut them down. Makes it easier to dodge them. Unlike that one enemy that managed to hit us in Split Mushroom Stage. Doggone it. Okay, gang, I'm sorry if Storm Owl's one of your favorites, but I am always going to give a cold reception to anyone that acts as arrogantly as he did. It's just the way it is. If it makes you feel any better, though, next time it's going to be us dealing with a cold reception as we take on one of our 3 remaining Mavericks. Which one is it going to be? Well, let's just say that if you think it's one of the ones on the left side, you have no chance of being right. See ya.